Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Today we're going to be talking about Arion and Martell Holt, Destiny, Mel, and Labaric. So pretty much I have a lot to talk to you guys about. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Now let's get into today's video. So the first quick story that I wanted to talk about was Martell Holt and Arion were spotted at a zoo together. Now, they both looked crusty AF. Arion in particular looked really worse. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't remember her being like that big and having a lot of fupa. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, the other thing we noticed was that she was pushing a stroller. Now, the reason that is so shocking is like, who is in the stroller? Is it Knox? Is it some other person? Now, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a rumor back in the day, like maybe like about a year ago, I believe, I even covered it on this channel, where we talked about allegedly, potentially Arion being pregnant. Now, of course, there has not been any sort of confirmation, but it just got me thinking, who is in the stroller? Is it Knox? I don't think I'd be seeing Knox on the stroller or in the stroller anytime we see him. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And if you were there, let us know what you guys think about that. Now let's move on quickly to what I really want to talk about, which is Destiny's recent interview with someone called Dustin Ross. Now, we all know Destiny comes across as defensive in any interviews that she does. So this one wasn't really a shocker. But I feel like she handled herself a little bit better than she normally does in interviews. Now, she said some things that really shocked me, and I'll tell you what they are. So one of the things that she said was when she was asked about Melody, she talks about how she feels like some people don't fit and there's so much that was done but was not done on camera. So of course the interviewer asked her like what? And it was interesting that she couldn't really give us specific examples. Like, I was like, what is the vagueness about? If I'm saying that someone has done all these things to me outside of the camera, when I'm asked to give examples, those examples would naturally roll off my tongue. So for me, I was a bit shocked that, okay, you can't really say much. Like, where are all the examples? The other thing she raised that I thought was insane was the fact that she said, oh, when she FaceTimes her son, Melody is there in the background. I'm like, what are you talking about? I knew she was going to be on some BS. It was giving the impression she was trying to insinuate that there's something between Labaric and Melody. It was almost like, oh, maybe they're like too close and are trying to be close so that they can slight her and Martell. Like, nobody really cares about y'all. Like, why would you think anyone would be friends with your ex just to get at you? Like, no one is as petty as you. I'm just saying, maybe that's something that you would do, and this is why you think Melody will stoop so low to do such a thing. Melody ain't that kind of girl. Let's just be honest. Now, word on the social media street is that it's not really as she's insinuating, and that Melody goes to Labaric's restaurant with the children. Guys, you can't make this up. So it's like, why are you then making it seem like it's something that it really isn't? It's given you want to flip the storylines and divert attention away from people thinking that you and Martell have something to do with each other, allegedly. And you want to flip it to, oh, Labaric and Melody, there's something in there, something ain't right. Like, cut that out. That is insinuating that something is happening when that's not the reality. She even said, like, the whole them getting locked up is giving love and lock up, and that it seems ironic that her and Martell are experiencing the same things from their exes that are now close friends. I'm like, ma'am, your actions led you there. Why do you keep acting like someone put you there? Your behaviors got you exactly where you ended up. So I don't really understand that. And she even said stuff about, like, did they teach each other how to get those warrants or something along those lines? I'm like, what are you insinuating? It's actually quite shocking that Destiny is still using the opportunity to talk about Melody Shari. It's like at the end of the day, you just got back from being put on pause, right? Instead of you to come back, focus on your storyline, focus on how you can get engaged with the viewers and hopefully the audience like you this time around. Go back to the fun, light-hearted Destiny we liked when you were like kicking it with Mel. Like, that would have been something that we want to see on the show. Imagine like a light-hearted, playful version of Destiny that we used to see before. That is something that I'm hoping that comes through in interviews and in stuff. But instead, I feel like Destiny is one of those people that she's so bitter and she's unable to move forward and move on from whatever hurt she feels she experienced in the relationship between her and Melody. And people like that are dangerous because they hold on to these things for so long and you're just like, get over it. At least for your own sake. It doesn't look good that you have this level of bitterness and you're constantly speaking about this woman that has not mentioned you in ages. You know, it's like, let it go, sis. You should have literally just said, we're cool. We are no longer friends. But we're cool, right? We can coexist. We wish each other well. That is the end of it. Instead, you still decided, ooh, let me give them a little, let me insinuate this. Let me throw them a bone. And then you wonder when people drag you this season for who you're coming across as, you all will go ahead to start blaming the millimeters when you have nobody to blame but yourselves. Anyways, let's move on to the Sunny and Moses and Destiny saga. Now, you guys know I already covered a video where I talked about what Sunny and Moses said from their perspective. And now I'm getting the opportunity to talk a little bit about Destiny's perspective. On this channel, I like to be fair. I like to give people's, if one person has said one thing, I want to come back on the show and give the other person's perspective. And when there is an update, I like to keep in touch and give you guys the update so that you guys can make your own informed decision. Now, basically, according to Destiny, she said that Sunny told her that her and Moses were cousins. If that is true, that is insane. That is crazy. What? Cousins? And some of the examples she gave sort of made it seem, or some of what she said made it seem that her and Sunny and Moses were cool. And that, for instance, there was even a time where Sunny allegedly saw Moses somewhere and then called her and was like, oh, look who I saw at a family thing. Your man. I'm like, girl, if you guys had that level of closeness, Sunny and Moses are hella wrong for that. What the hell? She even said there was a time when Moses would want her to be hanging out with some people from his area and he would bring Sunny up and then she started to feel some type of way, but she was thinking, is there something there? That is crazy. If Destiny's perspective is true, then Sunny and Moses are hella wrong for that. How are you going to lie to this woman and say you guys are cousins when you guys are not cousins? Unless you guys are kissing cousins. It's interesting because what Destiny is saying goes against what Sunny, or the perspective Sunny was providing, right? Because Sunny was given the impression that they weren't she hadn't really hung out or spoke to Destiny about Moses. She couldn't even initially recognize Moses when they met. And that it was Moses that recognized her, I believe, something along those lines. So, but if in fact she recognized him and called Destiny and said, I saw your man, that is mad. That is a different kind of low. And the thing with people who end up, you date someone who is dating someone that the person is never going to have no respect for you because he knows that you don't have no respect for yourself. Because if you had respect for yourself, you will not be in that situation. As soon as you realize that Moses was the one that was dating Destiny, that you were calling Destiny about or texting Destiny about, that would have been it. And if on the odd chance you started to catch feelings, you would have picked up the phone and called your girl. So say, girl, I ran into your ex-man blah, blah, blah. He's showing interest in me. How do you feel about him? Are you okay for me to date him? That sort of thing. If you are that pressed to date that ninja, that's the way she should have gone about it. Especially if Destiny is being truthful about how they related, right? Now, personally, it's not something I would do, because I'm like, why? I'm just one of those people. When I realized that you dated my friend, I don't even want nothing to do with you. When I realized you liked my friend, you talked to my friend, I don't even want nothing to do with you, because I just don't like that awkwardness. It's the sense of loyalty as well. I ran into a man once, I couldn't recognize him, but then turns out he had dated a friend of mine in the past, and my friend had talked to me about him in the past. So that name was familiar. I was like, I asked him about the girl. He's like, I don't know who the girl is. I said, okay. Guess what I did? I called my girl up. I asked her. She's like, yeah, we used to date. I said, okay, that's it. She's like, no, but you guys can date. It's been a long time. It's been years now. And she is right. It was like 10 years had passed. I was like, no, girl, I'm not interested. I'm not about to date someone that you've dated. Especially if we were friends at the time you were dating him. Even if we weren't friends, it's just odd and awkward. When this world is full of men, I will find another. I wish that people had that mentality and instead stop poaching other people's men. Anyways, that is all I want to talk to you guys about today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.